Welcome to Chok Muay Chats episode 13. I'm here with what I would say is the young gun of Muay Thai, one of the youngest trainers, fight managers, and probably one of the most experienced of his age in the fight game. Behind the scenes, former fighter, Scotsman, Highlander, JP Gallacher. Thanks for being on this episode, mate.
Thanks for having me on.
So let's get into the bare bones of it. How did you come about coming into Thailand this time? I mean, I know you've spent a bit of time here in previous years, but what was the catalyst for coming and moving over?
Well, we came here in April because Niko was fighting on one. And just by chance, we ended up training at Dechapant because me and Shavey followed each other on Instagram. Shavey popped up and said, is there any chance I could spar with Stevie? Because Stevie was in Thailand at the same time as well. I was like, right, sound. I was like, we'll come down, and just, mate, literally, no bullshit, as soon as I came in the gym, I just instantly fell in love with the place. Like, it was a proper old school Thai boxing gym. All the Thais are like young up-and-comers. There wasn't any other foreigners. They trained so hard, so long. Like, it was just like, I don't know, I just clicked to it straight away. I loved the atmosphere and that as well. Like a proper old school gym. It wasn't like, a lot of the gyms have went very touristy and stuff now, as you know yourself. But this is like a gym that there isn't many of these gyms like in Thailand now. So as soon as we found it, I was like, this is a fucking absolute gem. Like, I love this place. So we went, fought on one, came back for another fight on one. Nico and Stevie fought, and then I just stayed on, and then I started to pick up responsibilities with the gym. I started coaching the Thais. We started mixing more styles and that together. Now a lot of the Thai fighters here rely on me, so it's just all kind of happened at once, to be honest. Now I'm working here full time, so
yeah, it's really cool to see, you know, especially now. You know, I've lived here maybe 5 years now, and one of the things I've noticed about my time being here is, you know, Thais before were pretty hesitant about getting foreigners involved in the industry side of things, but you know, now over the last 12 months, and I've talked about this with Matt Lucas, is that Thais can really see the value of foreigners being here, and I think you're a real testament to that, because you know, you're heavily involved in the gym, you hold pads for the Thais. I mean, you've got Aliff under your wing, you know, him being Malaysian. Yep. Thai. Before, that was virtually unseen or unheard of, so you know, it's a really cool thing to see. Such a young guy like yourself being able to bring your knowledge of the game into bringing value into the Thai side of the gym. So you know, that's pretty cool. How did you come about into the promotion side of things? Because I know you're a promoter and you're also a fight manager. How did that come about?
Well, Again, it just kind of fell together this year. Like, I've always been very good at creating opportunities for my own boys, and then I thought, you know what, I could probably do this for others as well. Obviously, from a business point of view, I've got connections that I've built up through, and I built really good relationships through our success over the years. So I just thought there's no point in not utilising it. And now obviously I've got Shavey, who I've signed to my management company. He was my first signing, and I've got my 6-fight deal on one. He just fought Sinsamut yesterday. So hopefully over the next 12 months I would like to have another 5 strong foreigners signed, and I'll get them right good opportunities. But that's basically how that came about. It was just like networking through where Thai boxing's took me the last few years, people I've met, and then I thought, you know what, it could be a good idea to start a management company and start pushing other fighters.
So you know, it's fairly obvious that, you know, you've got guys like Nico Carrillo and Stevie Irvine under your wing. Who are some of the other fighters that we might know from one championship under your wing?
I coach Xavier Gonzalez, Aliff, Rakib, Warapon, Kunsuk, that's who we've got in the gym under Dechapant. That's just another list of the fighters I coach. But apart from them, we've got some really strong Channel 7 fighters, got some really strong stadium fighters. Like, the gym is absolutely thriving, and I work with every one of them, do you know what I mean? So I like working with the One Championship style, but also like working with the 5 rounds traditional stadium style, because I'm good at both, do you know what I mean? But I'm constantly learning as well, so the more I'm getting into it, the more I'm learning about either side of the game, do you know what I mean? So I love working with both sides of it, do you know what I mean? And we've got some stable now, like 5 rounds and 1, and the ones that are really, really succeeding in 5 rounds, the younger ones, we've now got plans to start to send them to 1. So on that list I've gave you, there will be a lot more names in the next couple of years.
Yeah, it's interesting that you mentioned that about, you know, the 5-round fighters going to 1. Do you think it's worth for, you know, fighters who aspire to be on the One Championship roster to do their time in developing through 5 rounds and you know, developing a solid Muay Thai style on 5-round shows first, or do you think they have the capability to just jump straight into the 3-round small gloves?
I think in some cases, some would just suit the 3-round style better and they could just jump in, but personally the approach I'm taking with the young fighters I've got here, I'm not saying anything. 5 rounds is still a dangerous game. It's still Muay Thai, it's still vicious, but it's not even a fraction as dangerous as 4-ounce gloves. So again, no disrespect to 5 rounds, but I'm kind of using the 5-round stadium fights as a test. I'm trying to get them a bit more handsy, I'm trying to get them a lot more defensively sound, a lot more aggressive, while still winning in the stadiums. And this is basically their apprenticeship. See how they perform in all these different styles of fights, different styles of opponents, and see how they develop towards a kind of 1 style, and then we'll take them to 1, because there's no point in putting a 5-round fighter who fights female and can't defend boxing and fling him. He could be a superstar in 5 rounds, fling him in on 1, and he fights some crazy Russian or Uzbek and they punch the head off them, do you know what I mean? So it's you need to develop it over time, and that's what we're doing, and I think that's the correct approach.
Yeah, I want to pick your brain about something. You know, there's been discussion about the style of Muay Thai on one, whether it's developed as a new sport or is it still part of the Muay Thai ecosystem, or is it its own sport now?
It's definitely not its own sport. It's definitely part of the Muay Thai ecosystem. It's no full traditional Muay Thai, we all know that, but it still is Muay Thai. Do you know what I mean? It still definitely is Muay Thai, but I don't think you could call it a different sport. I see people online saying, "Oh, it's just a street fight, this is that." No, it's not. It's fucking beautiful. Watch some of the fights, like on one, like it is beautiful. It's just a lot more. The risk factor is so much higher. It's a lot more dangerous. There's a lot more damage caused, but at the end of the day, that's what pays the money.
Exactly.
So there's no Y crews. They still wear the Mong Kong. Like there's still a lot of tradition involved, but it's a different style of Muay Thai, but definitely it's still Muay Thai. Like, yeah, I find that the people who say, "Oh, it's no Muay Thai, it's this, it's that," is the people that are not good enough to fight on one. Like I say that all the time. Like, don't put it down, because at the end of the day, it's what's one championship this year, and I'm gonna have to topic a wee bit, has actually brought Muay Thai in Thailand to life again, because it came. COVID obviously fucked Muay Thai. And then one came in January and all the fighters flocked to one, so all the stadiums ended up dead and everybody wanted on one. But a lot of fighters have found maybe the 3-round small glove style isn't for them, so now they're going back to the stadiums. So now we've got a big handful of top level fighters on one. Then we've got Raja, Omnoy, Channel 7, Tupatami. They're all thriving again. The crowds are massive.
Yeah.
Like, we're in a new golden era of Thai boxing.
Oh, 100%. And I think that's one of the fantastic things about it now, is that now there's that plethora of options for fighters. You know, they don't have to just fight in small gloves.
100%.
You know,
and people realise that now.
They can go to RWS. You know, I was talking to Kieran Kettle about this morning, using Danny Rodriguez as an example, that there was a rumor that he got offered a big fight on one championship, but now I don't know whether this is true. This is just speculation, but he decided that perhaps it's not for him. He would rather do his development on the stadium, because he prefers to fight that more technical style, or the less handsier style. So it's amazing that there are those options for fighters.
Right.
How do you feel? You look at guys like Niko and Stevie, who I would consider pretty technical fighters. I mean, I was talking to you the other day about the footwork that you guys work on. Like, it's footwork that I've not seen before. It's really lateral, switching stances really quickly, moving, cutting angles. Like, it's just stuff that I've not really seen before, because traditionally in Muay Thai I stand pretty 50-50.
Yeah.
How do you feel that their technicality plays into the style, for one? Is it?
It's perfect. It's like, what the thing is with one, like in traditional Muay Thai, you can stand strong, cover and block, but with these small gloves, when somebody's firing big shots at you, you literally cannot be there. Do you know what I mean? Everything hurts, even when you block it and it's hitting you in the forearms, it all hurts. So the object of these small gloves is just to not be there. But to be fair, like, even before we were actively fighting on one, we always had this style. Like, we're quite bespoke. Like, we're no, you couldn't really put a label on our style. Like, being honest, our style, I genuinely believe, came from me and Niko brainstorming and working together for so many years, because there's only like a year and a half between us, like, age-wise. So we kind of grew together, do you know what I mean? From young, I was a young coach, he was a young fighter, and it was just like idea, just bouncing off each other. Like, there was no, this is the way we were taught years ago, so we'll just do it this way. It's like, do you think this will work? I think this will work, let's do it this way. And I feel like me and Niko have developed the style the full gym's got, like, together, just because of the way we kind of grew and bounced off each other over the years. And it's still going, do you know what I mean? We're still coming up with new shit every day. Every session we're coming up with new ways of doing things. And it all works, because it's all tried and tested. All the stuff we do in the gym works in fights. Like, for instance, all the stuff that I've been working with Niko over the years, I come in, I instill it in Aliff. Aliff was a 5-round fighter. Now he's on one. Fucking knock people out with switch uppercuts and fucking, do you know what I mean? And
as you guys like to say, taking scalps.
That's it, mate. Like, I've only instilled it in Aliff this year, and it shows you it works. Do you know what I mean? The method works perfect. Fighting at a high level, like, it is special, mate. And it doesn't stop here. It's only going to get better. We're still young boys. Like, I don't know everything, mate. Niko doesn't know everything, no one does. The minute you believe that you know everything, game's a bogey, you know what I mean? Like, mate, if I see something, doesn't matter who it is, if I think it's going to work, I'll use it and I'll try it, do you know what I mean? I have no ego, mate. Like, I just love my job and I just want to keep getting better and better.
So I'll just have to redirect the conversation, because see the bars on the camera there is starting to overheat in this Bangkok sun. So I'll direct it to Niko. He's got a big fight coming up. We can't say the name. I mean, on the grapevine, I think a lot of people know who it is, but we can't say it. What's the direction for this fight?
Niko's going to win by knockout, 100%. I genuinely do believe that. It's the same with Niko every fight. Like, Niko gets better and better every single fight. The Niko you see in the last fight isn't the Niko you got to see in the next. That's why it's so hard to prepare for. Do you know what I mean? And we've always got plan A, B and C as well. And plan C is just whacking you right on the chin, do you know what I mean? And there is no one at that weight that can take Niko's power. His opponent's an absolute legend. I have so much respect for him. Was my hero growing up, and I'm absolutely... You need to kind of pinch yourself sometimes. I think I'm actually taking a fighter to fight him, do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we're there to do a job, and I do believe Niko won by knockout, and we are coming for gold after that. But I genuinely believe Nico's my best pal, and he's my fighter, but non-biased, I genuinely do believe I've got the best pound for pound fighter in the world on my hands here. Not right now, but we're going there. I do believe once Nico's these next few fights, I think he'll prove himself. I don't just think he'll be the best at me. I think pound for pound, we've got the best fighter in the world there.
Well, I tell you what, one of the astounding things of I think of Nico is like he always comes into the gym fit as a fiddle.
He doesn't,
doesn't have a pound of fat on the boy, and he just looks strong, man.
Nico's obsessed, mate, like on a total new level, mate. It would drive Nico insane, mate, to see Celtic shape. It bugs Nico if he goes a day without training. If Nico's sick or unwell, he still needs to do some sort of training. It drives him insane, mate, and that's hard to beat. Nico's no interest in, he's no interest in partying, he's no interest in all the pleasures in life. He's just got one goal, and he's obsessed with keeping his body fit, and it's not because he has to, he actually likes it, do you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't see how you beat it. But it's good. Like, I'm lucky with all my fighters. Like, I don't actually need to keep an eye on them. I know for a fact that they all know what they need to do to succeed, and they're all working hard, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm very, very lucky. Like,
now, talking about your fighters, Shavey's up on Friday. What do you think's going to happen?
We've got a nice game plan for the fight. It's nice and basic, but it'll be effective. We tried to kind of change Shavey's style before, but we've came to the kind of conclusion that only a certain style will suit Shavey. So instead of trying to change it, just make what he's good at better, more clean, more effective and more efficient. And that's basically the plan. We've not changed anything drastic. He'll be fighting the style he's comfortable with, but it'll be very effective, and we've got certain tactics to that I think will secure the fight quite early on, to be honest. But he's in great shape, mate. He's trained really, really hard for this. They've all trained so hard. Like, I'm very confident for next week. I'll be a fucking nervous wreck on the night, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, so am I. You know, not as just a mate of the gym, but you know, looking forward to it as a fan. You know, I've seen the kid grow over the last year, and it's been a really incredible journey watching him, because he's one of the nicest guys, but also when he steps into that ring, he's just pure violence.
It's two sides of the spectrum. He's a fucking absolute nutcase in the ring, but mate, he's just so gentle, mate, when he hurt a fly. He deserves all the success in the world, mate. I really hope we get the result at the weekend, and then we can start. I'd like to see Shavey get a contract next year, do you know what I mean, and start making proper dough and be able to change his life a bit.
Yeah. Yo, Chattery, give my boy a contract. So we might wrap it up. We'll do another one. We'll do another. Yep. I'd love to have you on the podcast. You know, come over to mine and we'll do an hour. You know, mainly to what I wanted to do was give you guys a little bit of a push where people can check them out. So where can people find you? Where can people find you on socials?
My Instagram is JP Gallacher. I don't really have any other social media.
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
Swimsuit edition.
I just keep an eye on us. We've got a busy few weeks, a few months coming up. The end of the year, we're going to be very busy. Stevie Irvine's coming back as well. What you seen last week for Stevie was an absolute shadow himself. AMD is doubting him. Get ready to be proved wrong. Stevie's going to be back where he was before that result last week, 100%.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
He had a wee off night, mate. He's not had an off night in 6 years.
Yep.
I know Stevie's capabilities, and you haven't seen the half of it yet. Stevie's got to be a superstar. And he's going to come back stronger than ever, believe me.
Yeah, no, I believe it. I mean, there's something special about the Scottish fighters.
Definitely.
As I was saying off camera, you know, like there really is something special about Scottish fighters. Again, just the style and the heart.
Scottish fighters are so well schooled, mate. Small country, mate, but we're very, very well schooled. We come from a long list of good coaches and good Muay Thai practitioners who travelled to Thailand all back in the day, and it's just been carried through generations, and I feel the standards kept very high in Scotland. So, definitely, mate. Bye. Busy few months ahead. Just keep an eye on us.
100%. Well, thank you, mate. Thanks for
Thanks
being
very much,
on the podcast, and I'll get it uploaded soon. So, guys, if you like this episode, please like, share, and subscribe. You can find me on Instagram, Joe Comerford Muay Thai, YouTube, and Spotify. And this is JP Gallacher, young gun trainer, promoter, fight manager, and just all-round good guy. So, catch us later.